Hi Capricorn, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your weekly tarot reading for the week of January 10th to the 16th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want to remind you, as always, this is a general weekly read, so just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. Right off the bat, I heard before beginning your reading, um, create an atmosphere, okay, however that pertains to you and this reading moving forward. But before we mention the overall message for this reading, bear with me, I should have better prepared. Could also be a message for you. Before we mention the overall message for the reading and the song of the week, do remember to stick with me till the very end of the reading in order to get an answer for your yes or no question. All right, so think of it along the way. But the overall message for you for the week is the attention you deserve. The attention you deserve, my friend. And the song of the week for you is Smoke Filled Room by Mako, if I'm saying that correctly. Smoke Filled Room by Mako. And I'll leave that in the description box below to listen to or to look up the lyrics or both. But let's aim on down and pull some cards. I was just hearing drum roll, drum roll. I do not know what that's about. But let's begin by pulling some initial cards from the Sacred Light Oracle deck. Okay. Beginning focuses for the week, if you will. I don't know why I'm wording it that way. Everything happens for a reason in these readings. For my lovely Capricorns for this upcoming week, the 10th to the 16th of January, to begin. To begin. Don't stress over a beginning. We have at the bottom of the deck consciousness, self-awareness, personal realizations, and prejudice. Are you feeling quite judgmental this week? Are you feeling like people are aiming a level of judgment towards you? It's not that way. It feels like you're gaining a level of attention and recognition this week, a bit of a spotlight moment or several for you, and you could just feel a bit self-conscious in those moments, or feeling as if some of the attention is more judgmental than it actually is. All right, but there's personal realizations to come to within those moments, or just when people pay attention to you, being more self-aware at times than you need to, but trying to find a balance between it all. Okay. And we have a Cathedral of Light, a very powerful card. Okay, it's going to be a colorful week. We have Stubborn Attitudes, extending the olive branch and artistry. So it's going to be also a very creative week. You're going to find that somebody in your midst is so damn creative. And I feel as if they will, I heard Scorpio or Sagittarius, or a Gemini. Anyways, but there's going to be a olive branch extended towards you, or vice versa. However it works out for you, there is a focus on a stubborn attitude, whether it's yours or somebody in your midst. It could just be the person receiving this olive branch, or you could find that the olive branch is coming towards you, the assistance in one way, shape, or form, and it's coming through in a very stubborn sort of attitude, vibe kind of way. Odd beginning. It's a week where you're gaining so much attention, and a lot of which, or some of which, is people wanting to help you, and you're just not sure how to feel about it. Okay, I grabbed the wrong deck, but I feel the need to show this. You're going to feel a bit out of it at certain points, a bit sort of dizzy at certain points as well. There is a part of the week, I'm hearing one specific point where you are just appearing to be so damn powerful. Your presence as you walk into the room or say something almost startles people because you just are so statuesque or very just powerful in one way, shape, or form for Capricorn. Okay. Let's continue. We're pulling 6 if I didn't mention it already. And we're going to pull the last 2 right from the top of the deck. Very interesting energy. There's a feeling on that recently a lot of you Capricorns have been feeling things to be a bit heavy, or feeling like you have a lot of decisions, a lot of obligations, a lot of updates that are making things feeling a bit on edge or a bit stressful, a bit too weighed down. That'll change this week. You're not the only sign who's experiencing this sort of lift in energy in a very angelic manner. But naturally, we do have the High Priestess to begin the 6 card spread in the week. All right, look at this imagery. You're going to feel this sort of push to just float towards certain energies, certain people. It's a guidance, if you will. Okay, I'm hearing I actually don't need to clarify each one. As you find your connection to the moon, to the night sky, to even certain spiritual gifts, very apparent, very highlighted to begin the week, you find yourself wanting to help other people, or just feeling yourself attracting in a level of attention and help. You doing something you normally would at this point in the week that doesn't typically gain attention, and people are just turning heads. People are just looking at you, and this is you finally getting the attention you deserve. It could feel a bit uncomfortable for a select handful of you who don't want to be watched 24/7, but it's just you feeling also very connected to water. Don't be surprised if this reading comes off a bit random. It's going to feel like a very sort of scattered week, um, but light for the most part, all the meanwhile. You just will be shocked and surprised left and right. Okay? It's purposeful. It's a week where it's going to open your eyes to what you deserve towards certain realities or certain worlds or experiences that you just have never really believed in or focused on before. Wow. Just wow. But there also is a focus on initials for whatever reason to begin the week. Okay. I just heard you're a star in the making, or you're developing a star in the making. Very interesting. Page of Cups in reverse. So to make your way to the middle of the first half of the week, there's a focus on you feeling a lack of emotion for whatever reason. You should surprise yourself. You surprise others. It feels as if you're very sort of stern and just not wrapping your emotions up in something or certain decisions or obligations you have to fulfill, feeling as if people notice you even for that. Okay, it's like, well, damn, my every move, my every change, my every day this week is pretty much being in a deserving way noticed as I stutter a little bit. You may even find that when you stumble on your words, people point it out or chuckle about it. But it's the people who chuckle about it are the ones that you love the most. So don't take offense, okay? It just feels like at certain points you could be a little bit on guard, a little bit defensive. Don't let it get the best of you or make the week into a heavier situation than it needs to be, okay? Or a conversation doesn't need to be heavier than it needs to be. There will be a reminder at this point to lighten up potentially, or you may feel like even the person you're speaking to or multiple people need to lighten up. If there's someone feels very inclined to laugh a lot around you, that's a spiritual push. It may even just be, I've had it where uh, spirit makes me just laugh relentlessly out of nowhere when nothing was funny. It's to make you chuckle or just to point out the possibilities of a spiritual connection. Okay. 9 of Cups. And so to wrap up the first half of the week, you're pushed to celebrate, you're pushed to be more motivated, but in a less sort of uptight way. To pay attention to the tension in your body as my feet are on the tip of my toes. Okay? Just relax. Was something gifted to you recently, or will moving forward that you can utilize to relax to your benefit. Okay, this is most likely, I feel like, or towards the end of both halves of the week. This is when you're going to be appearing so damn powerful. But at this point, it's more in a way where it translates into, okay, all right, I can relax. I can have fun. I can enjoy myself. There's a point at this part of the week where you're pushed to celebrate a success that's coming to be or just happened, where you are reminded to light a candle or two, to light some incense if that's for you, to do a bubble bath, pour yourself a bubble bath if you can, to allow yourself to feel relaxed, okay? If that's your way of celebrating, if that's your way of making yourself feel more comfortable, then so be it. Some of you wanting to sort of uh, drink with your friends, your family, or just wanting to have more fun in that sense. however it works for you, or it could be both kinds of enjoyment. I see someone just reading a book and seeing that be a true sense of peace and comfort. There is somebody untrustworthy in your midst, as I'm drawn to the rat up here. Okay, just a slight bump in the road, but you need to be aware of that so you don't overly share moving forward, feeling like you could be very chatty, especially towards the end of the week. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so we're beginning the second half of the week, and there's a true focus on a situation making you feel trapped. You could find that you are feeling limited in a lot of ways. You could find that you're feeling confused in certain ways as well. Certain secrets are just becoming more visible, not known as to what the secrets are, but just Spirit and the universe pointing them out, highlighting them, so you just understand who's keeping them from you. To sort of maybe tread carefully when it comes to who you're sharing what with moving forward. For some of you, this is more to do with a living situation. This has come up in your readings before, feeling as if you're just a little bit stressed over things coming to be moving forward. Things will happen when they're meant to. Feeling this sort of reminder that this is a week where things are meant to lighten up, feel more airy, more angelic, a reminder of how you felt at the beginning of the week, and to sort of just take a deep breath and not allow yourself to feel trapped in one's mind, in your aggression at times, or your frustrations. Okay, don't let it boil up to the point where you want to explode. I just feel like you're allowing yourself to feel more surrounded or trapped than you are. Now it's coming through as a level of attention coming in when you do feel a bit frustrated, or when you feel flustered or just confused. You see the sword surrounding her, and you could find yourself viewing the attention as very aggressive or just too much. It's meant to be. There's a lot of lessons to be learned about oneself, about your path, about what lies ahead, to make the best out of something you're about to give birth to. And allow yourself to remember that this isn't meant to make things more difficult. It's meant to teach you something. It is the attention you deserve, even if at times there is some attention that is unnecessary or just not wanted. All right, being drawn back to this card, a level of self-awareness that is meant to transpire throughout this week. Personal realizations, all right, prejudice. You may be feeling quite judged at this point in the week. It may just make you think twice before you judge a specific handful of people moving forward. Okay, it doesn't have to be like one group of people. They could be separate individuals. Anyways, we move to the middle of the second half of the week, and we have the Moon card. I just saw 11:32 on the timestamp. Look up the angel number meaning. There's a message for you. Okay. With the Moon card, we now have again another focus on a continuum focus on certain secrets, but this time ones you're keeping from other people. A spiritual transition you're going through, or just certain realizations you're having when it comes to your dreams, your goals, or just how you truly feel within, how you view yourself. It could just be a part of the month where you're being pushed to, week. Interesting, I just said month, but I'm hearing purposeful, where you're being pushed to think back to more emotional periods of your life, all right, when things were more of a struggle. A push to not only learn something from that in comparison to where you're at now, but to not allow the future situation that you keep thinking about recently to become what you once experienced, okay? To realize how much you've progressed and to continue that progression and improvement, and to remember that at times when you become a bit uptight or just strip your emotions away altogether, it then leaves you almost ignoring those emotions to the point where they boil up, okay? There's a lot to be learned about how you cope with or deal with your emotions, about it doesn't have to be all or nothing, okay? Or it should be the other way. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, okay? And to remember to just keep swimming, even when you do feel this level of emotion coming in. But you're going to find that it doesn't weigh you down for whatever reason. It's a gift from the spiritual realm. There's going to be a focus on a Cancer or on somebody around you who's quite crabby, okay? Even if they're not a Cancer. But we're moving on to wrap up the week and spread where we have the King of Pentacles. And so you are coming off very serious to finish up the week. This is more so when that powerful presence will startle somebody or shock them, or even both. You'll find that this is the part of the week where you're pushed to sit back in your throne, if you look at this imagery, and understand that your financial situation is going to pan out moving forward. You have stability in your future. To ground yourself with this being an earth sign card, a reminder that you are an earth sign and you like stability, you like comfort, you love family success, okay? Wanting to see your loved ones succeed as well, but not as stressed about that. It seems to be more tied to your family situation in one way, shape, or form. You could find that you're giving off this vibe that you're a bit stubborn, even if you're not. So just be aware of that and just maybe examine that to see why that's coming to be. There's a lot rolling around in your head, and that's why, where you're hearing a lot of spiritual downloads and maybe potentially messing with, and therefore that's translating to you just not being fully present or just loving what's happening around you. It's at this point where you're going to be pushed to be more creative or see someone's creativity help them in a lot of ways, and therefore that'll help you celebrate or just experience a level of enjoyment along your path in one way, shape, or form. It is a very serious wrapping up to the week, but you're reminded of how much you can manifest moving forward as long as you stay confident, or bring it back and stay calm, cool, collected, and grounded, and just believe in the best. All right? Wow, this has been a powerful reading. Let's pull a message or two from the Find Your Happy deck, and then we will get your yes or no question answered. So think of that question if you haven't already. For Capricorn, for this upcoming week, I surrender all expectations. All right, just going with the flow. Let's add up those two numbers at the top. It equals 5. There's something to be learned there. How I feel is more important than how I look. Okay, relevant. And let's pull one more. I just did see love is the key to my success. I feel as if that's quite relevant. I don't know why I feel the need to pull this one from the middle. I listen to my feelings. Okay, absolutely relevant and a true overall message this week as you truly get the attention that Spirit in the universe feels you deserve on a soul level. All right, so take a moment and think of your question if you haven't already. For Capricorn, giving it a moment to pick up speed, you can see the answer for your question is yes. Okay, so I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have the most amazing week, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye, Capricorn.